Uh, we cannot hear. We cannot hear you. There's no voice. We cannot hear you. No, no voice. I don't know why. Oh, can you hear me?
Hello?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Xie. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Qing, the teaching assistant for this class. At the beginning of the class, we have to give a brief introduction to you. Before the class begins, I would like to emphasize our class rules. Firstly, all students should enter the class 10 minutes in advance by number and real name and wait for class. Secondly, keep the camera during the course. Do not walk around or do anything unrelated to the course. Thirdly, in the non-teacher student interaction, the microphone should be kept in the silent state to avoid affecting the normal order of the class. Fourthly, during the teacher period, no video recording, copying, or other use is allowed, and intellectual property rights are not involved. Last point, attendance, class performance, homework, and study questionnaire will all be counted in your grade. Any problems can be provided message to my account. Will be timely and positive for everyone to solve the problem. Next, let me introduce the teacher. The course will be delivered by Professor Xue Ming, who is a senior lecturer and associate professor of Nanyang Technological University, fellow of Singapore MIT, Alien. Guest professor of Huazhong University of Science and Technology, and dean of the College of Electrical Engineering and Control Science at Nanjing Tech University. Professor Xue has in-depth research in the field of science and technology. He has taught the courses such as robotics, artificial intelligence. He has taught the courses such as and applying machine vision and so on. In terms of scientific research, he has published over 10 patents of invention, over 30 research papers in scientific journals, and 100 research papers in international conferences, and has won several teaching and several research awards. Okay, last, let me show you the group in our class. There are 6 groups in A, B, C, and D. In class, we can participate in group interactions. Okay, that's all. Let's go into today's class. Welcome, Professor Xie.
Okay. Thank you very much, Teacher Chin, and good morning to everyone. Now let me share my presentation file. Okay, can you see my screen?
Okay.
Okay, good. Welcome all of you again to take this online course, which is about artificial intelligence and modern life. This course will consist of 4 lectures, and each lecture will last about 2 to 2.5 hours, right? And this slide basically showing you the first lecture will cover the new foundation of AI. The second lecture will cover AI integrated popular application in our modern life. Then lecture 3 will cover AI integrated transportation vehicle. And lastly, the last lecture session will cover AI integrated humanoid robot. But in terms of assessment, the assessment will include these 3 major component plus one extra component, right? So class attendance will count for 50% of the final grade or final mark. Then class feedback will count for 10% of the final grade or final mark. And then you need to submit individual report, and your report will count for 40% of final mark or final grade. But for those of you who are active during the lecture and actively engaged into the teacher-student relationship, then you may earn extra 5% of mark. Okay, so that will be the way for us to give you the assessment. Then here you see you need to do individual report, and the purpose of doing mini report basically is for you to demonstrate your level of understanding from this course, and try to learn the knowledge to solve any identified problem by you from the society or from the industry. You can focus on the use of AI system or AI product to make our life better, or to make our industry to be operate in a much more efficient way, right? And during the development of your mini project assignment, try to put yourself into the mindset of AI engineer. Don't put yourself into the mindset of a student. You just imagine you are the engineer with sufficient knowledge in AI. Then try to see whether you are able to propose any useful or interesting solution to solve problem in society and in industry, right? And remember, your individual report will count for 40% for your final grade or final mark, right? Okay, and then you may want to know, okay, how to exactly implement the mini project. But this slide give you some question for you to think through. By thinking through all these questions, more or less you may be able to work out the content of your mini project. For example, you may ask yourself, who are the user of an AI system or AI product to be developed by you? If let's say you choose a project title or you set the objective, then you must ask yourself, who will be the user of your project's outcome, all right? Once you identify the user, the next question will be, what are the needs from your targeted user? Okay, why this user may want to use your AI system or AI product, all right? Then after the second question, then you can start to think about the third question. The third question will be, what are the functionality offered by your AI system or AI product, right? Then with this functionality, your AI system or AI product could meet the need of your user, right? Then once you decide to offer this functionality from your AI system or AI product to the user, then you may want to think about what should be the solution behind the implementation of each functionality, right? Then you can start to think deeper in the use of AI technique or AI solution, which will help you to implement the functionality of your AI system or AI product, right? Then based on the possible solution, eventually you may try to identify what should be the best way to combine all the solution together and into the final integration of your AI system or product, right? Then based on the combination chosen by you, then eventually you can work out the detail about how to make the the hardware connection, and also the flow of data, flow of knowledge inside your AI system or AI product, right? And then among all the possible way to integrate all the module or all the solution together, eventually you may choose the best blueprint or best design solution for you to integrate everything together. But here you do not need worry about the actual implementation. You can just show the theoretical solution. Okay, what should be the way or design, drawing, etc. for you to implement your AI system. No need to build a physical prototype. All right. So, but you should not feel like the difficulty. All right. So as long as you can come out the solution on paper, it should be good enough. Right. Okay. Then you may want to know how to write a good project report. And this slide give you a guideline for you to follow, right? If you follow this layout of your report, and more or less you should be able to come out very, very good or standard or very professional project report. And from all these chapter, you may see chapter 7 is just for you to describe your solution, right? And for chapter 8, if you are able to use existing free software for doing some simulation, I do not know whether you have access to MATLAB or some free software in the area of robotics. You can search internet, eventually you may be able to get some free software for you to do simulation. Then you use all this free software to simulate your idea or just demonstrate how well your system works, etc. So chapter 9 does not mean you need to come out the real implementation. The experiment result may be the result of a simulation, and the experiment with simulated AI system or AI product, right? So I believe by following this slide, you will improve your communication skill in writing. That should be extra benefit for you to attend this online course, right? Okay, so that's about the briefing of this course, which cover the content that you are going to learn and the way for you to undertake your mini project. All right. Okay. Now we enter the study of lecture 1, and lecture 1 will take about 2.5 hours. All right. And in lecture 1, basically we will study the new foundation of AI. And later on, you may know why there's a new foundation, how come there's a new foundation. And you will know that the AI has a history about 70 years. Then you may want to know, okay, in the past 70 years, how come there's no good foundation for AI? You can keep all these questions in mind, and after today's study, you will know the answer, right? Okay. Before I go through the content of today's lecture, I just give you a very, very quick summary about my research background and the education background, because in the introduction part, teacher Chin has already give you a little bit of introduction about me, and through this slide, then you will know more detail, right? So then you will see I get my first degree from China. Then I did my master PhD degree in France under the government scholarship. So then you will see actually I'm one of the recipients of the Chinese government overseas scholarship, right? Then in year 2003, I have published this book on fundamental of robotics. And in year 2021, we have published this book under the title of a New Foundation of AI. And in year 2004, we have established this international journal of humanoid robotics, and human is very important topic. It's a very hot topics. And in the last lecture, we will study how AI could contribute to the development of a human-like robot, right? And in year 2010, we have set up a Robotics Society of Singapore, right? And in terms of teaching, you will see I teach machine intelligence course, I teach micro processor course, I teach robotics course, and I also teach sensor related course. And I also teach control theory in Nanyang Technological University, right? And in terms of research, and you will see that my research interest is centered around these two keywords. The first keyword is intelligence. The second keyword is motion. Around these two keywords, I'm doing basic research, applied research, and also that innovation. So that give you a rough idea about my research interest, right? And this slide basically showing you the full-size humanoid robot that we have developed along the year 2008. It's more than 15 years ago, right? So you see, this is a quite complicated intelligent machine, right? Okay. Then for today's study, basically you will learn the answer to these three group of questions. First, you will be able to know what should be the foundation of AI and what should not be the foundation of AI, right? And the second knowledge for you to learn from today's lecture is about the origin of intelligence, right? And you may find out that these two questions are very, very surprising to you, because I believe most of you may think that intelligence arises from our brain. But if you think carefully, then you may find out the answer to this question may not be true, right? So actually, our intelligence arises from our mind. Mind is more important or more related to the emergence of intelligence, right? So this question may be surprising to you, right? And then it should be good, right? So after today's study, then you may have a better view or better idea about the answer to this question, right? And the last question is just really for you to understand what should be the definition of AI, all right? Because in the literature or in the internet, implicitly people may adopt different type of definition. Then from today's study, hopefully you will know what should be the definition of AI, or what should be the expectation from the general public about the artificial intelligence. All right, okay. Then for today's lecture, basically we will cover these three major items. Okay, first, let's look at the old foundation of AI and try to find out the problem with the old foundation of AI. Then we will move on to study what should be the true foundation of AI, which is new to all of us, right? Then lastly, we will engage a little bit of discussion for you to think deeper about the AI related application, because after today's lecture, then in the remaining three lectures, we will more focus on AI integrated application, all right? So let's start with old foundation of AI. Just now I mentioned AI has been in place for more than 70 years, all right? And this slide gives you a summary about the AI history. In this summary, to about the first AI winter and again winter. When you see this you may gain a little bit negative impression about this discipline, right? How come there are two winter, all right? Winter means a setback in this discipline, right? So, and that give you an idea about maybe something went wrong in this important discipline, right? So then I will try to help you to understand, okay, why such an occur in the history of AI, and what are the root cause behind these two setback, okay, in the history of AI, right? So let's look at the beginning for people to venture into the study and the promotion of AI. So you will see in year 90, this is a very important event which mark the beginning of AI. Then you will see this event was triggered by the invention of artificial neuron. And all of us know that our brain actually consists of very, very complicated or complex neuron system. And when we are able to invent artificial neuron, then at that time people start to feel excited about the possibility for us to invent artificial brain, right? Then with such excitement about the invention of artificial brain, then people go one step further by making the imagination or suggestion about the possibility of achieving human-like intelligence. Now you understand, okay? So the invention of artificial neuron trigger the belief for the invention of artificial brain. And such a belief further trigger another belief about the development of human-like intelligence. That marked the beginning of AI history. Then the pioneer in this area then define, right, the scope of AI, which could be thinking machine or machine thinking, because the pioneer, right, in this area know that our brain will enable us to think. If we are able to develop artificial brain, then we are not far away from achieving making machine to think. So this is why you understand that the AI 1.0 was focused on machine thinking. Okay, remember this terminology, all right? So at the beginning, people very, very excited about this possibility of making machine to think, right? Okay, then over the year, right, after more than decades of research and development, the pioneer in AI could not achieve any version of a machine which could think, right? And this triggered the British government, UK government to make a very, very strange, important decision to stop all the funding to the project which are related to AI. That is the root cause behind this first AI winter. Right? This is unusual. Understand? For a government, British government is a UK government to publicly tell everybody that the UK government will stop the funding to the project as long as they are related to AI, right? So That give you an idea about okay what happens okay in the history of AI. But the thing is after the stop of research funding to AI related project, and then the UK government make a recommendation, and they made suggestion to the researcher and ask them to venture into the research and the development of a knowledge-based system. And this is why then people or researchers, scientists in AI move their focus from achieving thinking machine toward the development of experts system, technology of expert system. Actually, at that time, such recommendation is no good, right? If a machine could not think, then how could we expect at that time that a machine could behave like a technical expert? To be a technical expert, you need to have a certain level of intelligence, yes or no, right? If we are not able to make a machine to think, then how to achieve the goal of making a machine to become an expert, right? Obviously, this objective is difficult to achieve. Then this is why the second winter appear around the year, okay, almost 10 years later, then AI fall into the second winter, right? And now you understand the reason, right? So AI started with the development of a thinking machine. Then by following the recommendation from the UK government to venture into the direction of making machine to become expert, right? But obviously at that time, these two objectives are not possible to achieve, right? So then after the winter, you see robotics is rising, and the robotics make steady progress until today. You see what development of intelligent robot or humanoid robot by Waseda University in Tokyo, Japan, right? So this is a humanoid robot developed by Waseda University in Tokyo, Japan, right? If you search the internet, you will see this robot can play piano. You see at that time, the humanoid robot play piano, something like that. So then with the rise of robotics and with the solid, steady development of robotics, then robotics will drive, now is driving the development of machine intelligence until today, right? So then this is why second winter AI research rise again until today, right? So then you will see more or less we have three generation of AI, right? So actually is focused on the machine thinking, right? Then second is on machine learning, for the development of experts. A lot of people believe by the process of learning, eventually a machine could become an expert, right? Because their thinking is for human being, how come we can become a professor? How come we can become a entrepreneur? How come we can become a star in politics, etc., right? The answer is when we grow up, we develop our physical capability, we develop our mental capability, we develop our brain, and we also learn. We spend many, many years in the school to learn. So then they believe that through the process of learning, through the process of development, physical development, mental development, and eventually a machine could become an expert, right? But for these kinds of belief, actually they have forgotten another requirement, okay, behind the learning, right? For example, we may have a cat, we have a dog, or other type of animal who live with us for more than 10 years, for example. But you can try to think about the situation. Today, we do not see any animal, even the monkey, right, which could let's say master any human language, for example, because the cat, the dog, monkey, or other animal also have a learning capability. They also develop their body, they develop their brain, because we may have a baby dog, then grow up like an adult dog, a baby cat grow up as an adult cat, right? So they also develop, they also learn, right? However, when we have a cat and dog live with us for more than 10 years, it's unlikely for any one of them to speak a few sentences in Chinese or in English, right? So it means what development and the learning are not sufficient condition, right, or necessary condition for a machine to become intelligent machine, right? There must be another necessary and sufficient condition behind the development of intelligence, and later on we will mention to you. Okay, so if we summarize the pattern of AI history, then more or less you will agree with this curve, and from this curve AI winter, right? Then the second AI winter, due to the development of robotics, then robotics drive AI to rise again, right? And below, then I help you to summarize about these three generation of AI in AI history. Now you understand AI was started with machine, or with a focus on machine thinking. That is AI 1.0. Then subsequently, people believe through the development and the learning, we should be able to come out the solution for machine to become expert, right? And this is the focus of AI 2.0, okay? And the AI 2.0 actually focus on machine learning. Just now I mentioned, right? Without the self-intelligence, right? A machine even will not have a capability to learn, right? For example, for us, we spend many years to learn in the school. And how come we spend so long to do the study in the school? Answer is what? We have a self-intelligence, right? But we still need the guidance or supervision from a teacher, professor, etc., right? So that means in order for machine to have a learning capability, and the prerequisite or necessary and sufficient condition is for machine to have a self-intelligence, right? So this is why the third generation of AI must focus on achieving machine self-intelligence, right? That should be the new foundation of AI. Then based on this slide, more or less you understand the AI history is upside down, right? So AI 1.0, AI 2.0 should not be the foundation of AI, right? And the true foundation of AI should be AI 3.0 with the focus on achieving machines self-intelligence, right? So actually this slide help you to answer, understand the key takeaway number one. You remember key takeaway number one is about what should not be the foundation of AI, what should be the foundation of AI. Okay, now you may want to know, right? How come the pioneer in AI, they follow upside down history, all right? Directly jump into machine intelligence, then follow machine learning, then suddenly they find out that, all right, these two are not the foundation. The true foundation should be AI 3.0, all right? You may want to know what are the root cause. And it is also important for us to understand the root cause. And such understanding will prevent us to repeat the same mistake. It's very important. Try not to repeat the same mistake. Otherwise, eventually AI face another winter. Understand? So how to prevent AI fall into the third winter, right? But my belief is AI will never fall into third winter. Why? Reason is because the rise of robotics, right? So robotics is a very, very solid discipline, right? Then the rise of robotics will push AI to venture into the right direction, right? And to undergo a steady progress in future, right? Okay, so this just help you to gain the confidence. However, it is important for us to know the root cause and try not to repeat, okay, the old history in AI, all right? That is the reason, okay? Then for the of AI, or must enter AI 3.0, okay? And the foundation was suggested by us this data, right? Year 2009. Then after a year, pay attention to data. 2017, DARPA let's agree with our viewpoint or our recommendation for AI to venture into 3.0, right? DARPA see with the Ministry of Defense in USA. So now you understand it's very, very powerful in the world, right? So it's agency with the Ministry of Defense in USA, right? So, and February year 2017, they present a short summary about the situation in AI, and more or less they agree about our opinion, which divides the history of AI into three generations: generation 1, generation 2, generation 3, or AI 1.0, AI 2.0, AI 3.0. All right. So the flavor means AI 1.0. Now you see our pioneer failed to achieve the goal of making machine to think. Instead, they program human way of thinking into a software, right? Now you see, also mentioned is all the development work in AI 1.0 actually are based on the use of handcraft knowledge. Handcraft knowledge basically means what? All this software actually could be labeled as a computer-aided human intelligence. Later on, you will see this terminology, right? Put forward by us, computer-aided human intelligence, right? Then DARPA's terminology is handcraft knowledge, right? So obviously, computer-aided human intelligence has nothing to do with computer intelligence. You see the difference between these two wording, right? And at that time, you see people totally ignore learning. People may say, without the learning capability, how could the machine think, right? So if you are not able to learn, how could you be able to think, right? Then people move to AI 2.0. They say, okay, through the development, through the learning, any baby could become very, very professional in future. Then people believe that through the process of development, process of learning, then people can, or any machine could achieve intelligence, right? So now 0. just now I mentioned, right? So without the self-intelligence, how could the machine to learn? Or without a certain type of learning capability, how could a machine achieve a human-like intelligence? It's like just now I mentioned, okay, a cat, a dog, or other type of animal also have a learning capability, all right? Then how come they could not master a single human language or just or read or simple text written in human language, etc. Right? So that means learning should not be the foundation of AI. Right? Now they see, okay, actually we must focus on the development of self-intelligence. But here you see, the part they do not use this our terminology, self-intelligence. All right, then self-intelligence means the machine could adapt to all kinds of context of application. For example, if we have a self-intelligence, then we can face all kinds of physical environment, right? But they use is more or less the same meaning. Contextual adaptation to any physical world, right? Okay, and real world, okay. More accurate description is a physical world. We have a mental world. Later, I will mention when I explain to you what should be the the key issue or the key process involved inside the new foundation of AI, right? Then you will see we have a physical world, we have a contextual world, right? Conceptual world, okay, physical world, conceptual world, right? These are the two terminology which are more accurate, right? Because simply use the real world and anything inside our brain is also real, yes or no? It's not false. So right, but at least you know, okay, Papa also agree that we must enter AI 3.0, right? Okay, but interestingly, pay attention to the date of February year 2017. But the date which is June 2017, right? And the group of professors in China write the white paper submit to the government. But you pay attention to is what AI 2.0. Okay, this gives you an idea about the situation in China. So more or less, I believe the researcher in China, okay, in the area of AI may not know the advance of AI research outside China, right? And hopefully, for you for the student in your class, maybe in future, you could help to promote the choose about the history of AI, all right? And tell your professor. And since year 2009, we have already entered AI 3.0, all right? It's no more AI 2.0, all right? Okay, so that give you idea about the situation, right, of AI, especially the history of AI. Then we may want to know what are the lessons learned from such a special history. Just now I mentioned it is very important to learn from such upside down history, and the intention is to prevent the repeat of AI history, because some we today are to be optimistic, pessimistic, all right? Because they may say, eventually AI may fall into a third winter, right? Then how to prevent such thing to repeat in the history of AI? This is why very, very important for us to know the root cause and eventually try not to repeat the same root cause. Otherwise, we waste our time, waste our resources. All right. And especially AI is very important for the development of a future intelligent product. Right? Okay. So now I just help you to go through the major root cause behind such upside down history in AI. Okay. The number one root cause is the ignorance, right, about the nature of development or biological development. Pay attention, development here means the physical development and the mental development. Okay, but this is a biological development, biological manufacturing. If I use this technology, then it is more accurate because there are three types of manufacturing. Interestingly enough, it's very, very important for you to know. All right, and by default, when we talk about the manufacturing in Chinese, we know is 制造，对不对？ Right? In Chinese, if you translate, all right, into Chinese, we just say this is 制造, but actually it's not accurate because biological manufacturing. If we translate biological manufacturing into Chinese, it means what? 发育. Understand? So you see, 发育 and 制造 are two different wording in Chinese language. Okay, so this is why you must pay attention. All right, by default, manufacturing means mechanical manufacturing. That is 制造. All right. Then we also have a chemical manufacturing. We also have a biological manufacturing. Then for manufacturing, when we translate this terminology into Chinese, it means 发育, right? So then you must pay attention. 发育 and or biological manufacturing and the learning are not the foundation of intelligence, right? So without the self-intelligence, how could the biological body to develop? How could the biological body to learn? It's like just now I mentioned, right? Without the a certain type of self-intelligence, how could the dog, how could the cat learn Chinese language, right? So this is just a simple example for you to know. Okay, and this is why when you make a suggestion about development and the learning are the foundation of AI, then I guess it's wrong. Okay, so the next video is in Chinese. It help you to understand the nature of biological manufacturing, right? And the video will use mango tree as an example, but actually for our body, for us, we are the result of biological manufacturing. But always remember, okay, before the production, there must be a design. All right, so design is more important than production. So without the design, there will be no production. All right, so 发育制造 more or less are related to production. Okay, think in this way. For those of you without the mechanical engineering background, try to think in that way. Design comes first, followed by production. Production itself does not provide solution of the design behind any intelligent system, intelligent product, etc. Right? Okay, so you 介绍一个你的系的环境，所谓的是弱人会人类的环境。我们知道，如果我们要制造冰箱，要大汽车厂、工厂，所都要做。还有一个望远望远镜
修复一大堆的事情的话，还要团队才能够这个市场啊，面谈东西，你看想出来，自己生出东西来，对不到是也没有产物之后没有突破都反正会经这个的电视没有过经验，做事情没有人在去，这东西也要求，这面就不先能在我讲拿盲主把它剖开了，里面没有盲是盲是我盲果气整个不跟数量不是所行是盲最想我永住在那也没有跟我们想要分工作手出国生命没办法清楚，没办法这样的结果所没怎么样解这个样，那么酸所有的因为这重要的地方，但是我们他这个所以所以那有的东西，我要就是工厂，管理就是如果不导致产生任何的污染，来产生氧气，所以有一切有算是解。我们在美国，我自己比他伟大，芒果比芒果还有方法是极其又也我一样，我们长，我们的想很简单，我就真的没关成怎么样？没有人，我们这件事有这些，找一个保特瓶，那可以。建议为什么都不知道怎么办？但是一杯水倒出一个污染的香火，又头尾，到没有同时产生空气处理法，跟个人 生物是人，我们为了这种大多该怎么处理还但是我一解，其实我对他所完的进行等他出来，世界的生命的对他有一个了解人，但是这世界偏偏许多的算回到一人生的描述的万分，不要来叫他一如来。
Okay, 就这个是this video actually help us to understand the nature of biological manufacturing, right? So at least you know that the development of biological manufacturing, the process itself never provides the answer or solution to the design of intelligence or design of intelligent machine or intelligent product, right? There must be something else. Then what is this something else? For those of you who know mechanical manufacturing, the answer is design, right? In the video, this person, it does not mention the design. So you keep this in mind, okay? Before the production, there must be a process of design. So design is very, very important, right? Without knowing the design, there's no way for us to achieve intelligent machine, intelligent product, right? So that is the root cause number one. People do not understand the relationship between design and the production. They ignore design, all right? And they believe that the production could achieve everything. That is wrong. Clear? Okay? That is root cause number one. Root cause number two is recommendation made by this book. Why this book is so important to many researchers? The reason is because the author of this book was a Nobel Prize winner for the discovery of DNA. But interestingly, in the previous video, we mentioned a little bit the DNA, right? And in the video, the person has highlighted that the DNA may not be the whole story about the design, right? And the DNA is not the result from the production process itself. The DNA must come from a design or something like that, right? And in this book, he make a suggestion that in order for us to understand our mind, we just need to analyze the signal inside our brain, right? So I do not know whether you understand his recommendation or not. If I use another example to translate his recommendation, then more or less you will be able to understand whether his recommendation is correct or wrong, right? For example, assume we have a computer come from another planet. Assume nobody on Earth understand what is the operating system inside a computer. Then, according to his recommendation, we just need to do analysis about the signal which could be measured from the motherboard of a computer. You see, the computer has a motherboard. Then we measure the electric signal, the voltage, the current, resistance, or whatever, right? Then study the relationship among all the electric signal emitted by the motherboard. Then his recommendation is one day, for sure, we will be able to understand the design solution of the operating system inside the computer. So you understand this this scenario? That means purely by doing the study about the relationship among the electric signal from the motherboard of a computer, we should be able to find out the design solution of operating system running inside the computer. For those of you with a computer science background, you will believe that this is totally impossible, right? It's impossible for us to discover the design blueprint or design solution of operating system purely from the study about the relationship among the electric signal measured from the motherboard of a computer, right? It is impossible, right? So this is the root cause number 2 because a lot of researchers in the whole world follow this recommendation. And this is why you see AI has this upside down, okay, history, etc., right? The root cause number 3 is about this book, because AI is a very, very important course in all the major university. And then you may ask yourself, what should be the most influential textbook in AI? The answer is this book. And you will see in the whole world, right? There are 1,400 universities make use of this textbook. But the thing is, the second edition, you remember in year 2003, I have also published my book about robotics. So inside my book, I did not cover AI related topics because at that time I thought that the AI has been in place for more than 50 years, right? There's no point for us to reinvent the wheel, right? So at the same year, within 10 pages, my conclusion is more or less an empty field. We must rewrite AI textbook because in this book, there's no clear definition about what is AI, what are the major issues of AI. And the worst is in this book, he mentioned the Deep Blue project is a successful story of AI. But later I will show you what is the Deep Blue project. It's a software which play international chess, right? So, and obviously they immediately understand that at that time people really do not understand what should be the real true foundation of AI, right? So that is root cause number 3, right? Then root cause number 4, right, is the failure of clearly define what should be the focus of AI. Okay, and implicitly people believe that computer aided intelligence should be AI, and obviously this is wrong because computer aided intelligence has nothing to do with computer. You see the difference too. So it's very, very important for us to pay attention to this terminology, right? Because in mechanical engineering domain, we have a computer-aided design, right? For those of you from mechanical engineering school, you know we have CAD. CAD means what? Computer-aided design. And I believe that all of you will agree that the computer-aided design has nothing to do with computer design or design by computer, right? So these two terminology have a totally different focus, right? So computer-aided human intelligence basically still is just a tool, right? Intelligence is still come from a human being. Intelligence does not come from a machine itself, right? And the computer intelligence means what? Intelligence by computer, or computer design means what? Design by computer, right? So pay attention to all this terminology, all right? Okay. And just now I mentioned this Deep Blue project. Deep Blue project actually is just a competition, right? But conclusion is very important, right? So first you need to know the software has been developed by a group of a human brain, by a team of engineer. A team of engineer means you have a group of a brain, right? Human brain. Then with the help of a supercomputer, because software run on a computer, then that means a group of a human brain develop a software which run on the supercomputer. And such things you play the international chess against a single human brain, and you won the match. But this is not a big deal, all right? That means a group of a human brain plus a supercomputer has won a single human brain. Such a conclusion is not a big deal, but this has nothing to do with the AI, right? Because the computer does not know what he's doing, right? And also this software cannot teach people to become professional in playing the international chess, right? Clear? So think in that way, immediately you know, okay, what's wrong, right? Okay. And recently, I believe some of you know, right? We have this AlphaGo project, right? And the situation is the same. This software has been developed by a group of a brand. Then with the use of computer, then you win the match against a single brand, right? So this is not a big deal, right? Understand? And this also has nothing to do with the AI, right? Because the software does not know what it is doing. Okay, so this is very clear. We should not repeat the same mistake in future, right? Okay, and root cause number 5 is this situation, right? Many people in the whole world believe that the intelligence arises from brain instead of a man, because we never make a distinction between brain and the mind, right? But for those of you with a computer science background, you understand, right? A digital computer and the operating system are two different things, right? The way to design digital computer has nothing to do with the way to design operating system. Similarly, you must pay attention to the difference between brain and the mind, right? And the intelligence should arise from mind instead of a brain, right? Okay, so this is very, very important. And because of this wrong belief, then you will see we have a lot of government initiative, okay, which has been based on the focus of a brand instead of a man, right? You see, the U.S. government have a brand initiative, right? A lot of investment have been spent on research activity. Actually, what we need to make a breakthrough is a man-related initiative, right? Then in Europe, you see also they use keyword brand instead of a man, right? So, and now you understand, okay, man is related to the emergence of intelligence, right? Brain is just hardware support to the man, right? Okay, and in China, slightly better, but we use this AI, robotics, etc., right? But there's no brand initiative. But however, recently, I believe in China, there are a group of people are trying to ask the government to initiate brand related project, right? So I guess that is wrong. Okay, we should never repeat this kind of waste, okay, in resources. But in China, I believe, okay, there are people trying to ask government to spend money on brand related initiative, right? That is wrong. Okay, then what we have is root cause number 6. Root cause number 6 is also very, very serious, right? Because today many of you may heard of this deep learning, right? Machine learning, but people confuse between machine tuning and machine learning, right? So they use activity on the type of machine tuning, and to tell people that they are doing deep learning. Actually, it's wrong, right? And this video was from MIT. Then you will see there's a famous MIT professor who teach year one mathematics in MIT. And he was also misled by such a confusion. Then suddenly he wake up, right? Okay, so you
problem to question learning works. Tale from my night, which changed my but you can imagine the thing is so yes and nothing is no. Well, it's a big issue for it. We'll see about it.
Okay, this is a very famous professor who has taught the mathematics in MIT for decades, right? 30 years, 40 years, right? And then suddenly he discovered, right? Under the title of deep machine learning, actually all these people are doing machine tuning, all right, or machine calibration. Okay, so this is another root cause. Then you say, how come government have spent so much funding, right? So many investment. Then all the results are useless. Now you understand, okay? Because they are doing wrong things, right? I guess all of you understand. If you move in the wrong direction, the more effort you spend, the more ways you will commit, right? Okay, and even for Elon Musk, look at the statement, right? Do not exist, right? So basically, it means tuning. Tuning basically is optimized for the optimization when people tune it, right? And when you tune a machine which never produce any intelligence, right? That is a big mistake for people. Engineer, right? It's a big mistake committed by smart engineer, all right, to do the wrong thing in the okay, in wrong direction. Okay, see, okay, to I software, etc. To medicine, all right. Then they're not interested. People in the medical field, right? Majority of them have no interest on such a result because actually they have nothing to do with intelligence or AI or something like that. Okay, and then for those of you, eventually some of you may doing project related to neural network, deep learning, convolutional neural network, CNN. And this slide help you to understand what is a CNN. Actually, it's just doing convolution. This has nothing to do with AI. Understand? Okay, I use a simple example image, and this image is a filter image, right? Convolution, then produce output. Look the way to compute Z1. If I geographically, okay, which represent the computation, then you network, right? So then the image are the input vector here, right? The image is a coefficient inside the neural network, right? We just compute Z1. That means you have a max linear equation. This is a matrix, this is a vector, this is another vector, right? So very, very simple, right? And to repeat this equation, treat as an image, then do convolution. This is deep learning. This is the deep convolution or deep tuning, right? This has nothing to do with learning. Understand? Then for the transformer is inside ChatGPT. Today, a lot of speculation about the ChatGPT. That is inside transformer. Then it's also a equation, right? Even in a matrix form, then it's just a linear equation of doing multiplication. And you may do you may have a different type of a linear equation. It does not matter. You are doing multiplication, and you also mix the input together, like still to compute, to solve a linear equation, right? Okay. Matrix computation together, you may have together. This is not a big deal. This has nothing to do with learning. All right, this is more or less similar like CNA. Just do computation, right? And you try to calibrate this network to find out what should be the coefficient inside the matrix. That is machine tuning, machine calibration. This has nothing to do with machine learning, right? That is the root cause behind such a situation, right? And in more detail, if you are interested in, you can read my book, and you get from the you go to my homepage for. So inside this paper, I this neural network, right? For neural network, like this, like just a linear system of equation. But for deep neural network, it's a cascaded this equation, right? This is first phase, okay, first layer. Then you have a second layer, you have a layer hash minus 1 all the way to layer hash represents the number of layer. Hash could be any, okay. The more detail is inside my paper, and you will see a lot of research give all these big name foundation model, language model. You see, this is wrong. It should be text, large text model, not language, because language looks like a camera, right? So in computer vision, we talk about the image processing, right? We never talk about the camera processing. Then you see, for those people play with the text, then they say language processing, language model. They should use the correct terminology, which should be large text model or text processing, right? How can we process language? We only process text, right? The use of a language will result in the text, right? It's like the use of a camera will result in image. Then we can talk about the image processing, right? So the use of a language will result in the text. We talk about the text processing, right? Okay, and this just for you to know, in recent year, huge amount of investment has been wasted in this wrong direction. I guess more than few thousand or 100 billion, right, US dollar. More than 100 billion US dollar has been wasted in doing the research in the wrong direction, such as foundation model or large language model. Okay, all these are wrong terminology, right? Okay, then the big question will be how to avoid such a stupid research work, right, in AI, right? And then must really understand intelligence never arrives from a neuron system. You must, because inside our brain is a neuron system, right? Answer is no, all right? Intelligence arises from our mind, all right? Okay, and you see become more sophisticated, but this is useless, no matter how sophisticated is the wrong software, right? They are always useless. Okay, so try to think, right, about this question. The only way to avoid such ways or avoid doing such stupid things is to promote the truth about the AI and tell people what should be the true foundation of AI, right? So that is the second part of today's study. What should be the true foundation of AI? Then you will see this slide just summarize okay, what going on then what should be the right thinking, right? Okay, and then from this comparison, you try to understand, right, the root cause behind the upside down, okay, history in AI, and also what should be the right philosophy for us to pursue in future, right? First, okay, man, is brand, okay, and you should not say man is the brand, that is wrong, all right. Another thing is is very important. Come first in production, all right, and the intelligent product, intelligent system come from a design, it's not come from a production, right? Because once you are able to design an intelligent system, production is not the big issue, right? Clear? So it means the production does not contribute to the design of intelligent man or intelligent product or intelligent system, right? So the AI must be the solution which will enable machine to achieve self-intelligence, right? And the computer-aided intelligence has nothing to do with intelligence by computer. It's very important, right? And tuning, machine tuning has nothing to do with machine learning, right? So we should not repeat the mistake in the history of AI, right? Okay, then it is very important for us to tell people about this number one choose, right? So number one choose basically is for you to know that the man is man, brain is brain, body is body, right? These are the three separate entity inside a human being, right? And then you will see man is in charge of cognition, recognition, memory is in charge of memory to memorize, brain is in charge of memory and the computation, and our body is in charge of performing action and undertake a reaction, right? But here is a good news to you is actually if you look at the human mind, our mind could be classified into three types. Or our mind has a hierarchy of a three layer, right? And the is called as a cause mind, right? This is what we know about when we are in awake state, right? Actually, we have a cause mind, right? But at the deep layer, we have a subtle mind and a deep mind. Actually help us to answer this question of what is life? What is a human life? Right? Answer is what? Is to define human life. So it's very, very interesting. Okay. And this video is quite interesting. Help you to understand a little bit the relationship between human intelligence and the human mind, and also the life, etc. Right?
做4到1998呢，我们的也有派认为问到所谓的色呢，默默派就认为这是另外一个智慧。实验室来是在其实为到时候那个佛字用呢，反而这个人为本身呢，我们所的些，就我们就开始大验证是不是科学。这些宗教，不管是佛、菩萨，不能在解读上面就产生。后来我们想这个方法 文字，比如说我们用藏文，我们写光，这地也不是化学，它是万有的事情，所以比较自然。
OK，就是这个视频实际上就给大家一个暗示，对吧？通过对人的这种脑力劳动或者智力行为的一种研究，实际上我们就发现，对吧？实际上有另外一个世界，就是我讲的。如果大家看我的网页就知道，实际上是我们处在一个宇宙两个世界，一个叫物质世界，还有一个叫生命世界，对吧？那么连接这两个世界的通道是什么？恰恰就是人工智能。OK， 这是另外额外的一个很重要的信息或者结论呢，让大家知道，对吧？所以人工智能是一个很特殊的一门课，它连接了物质世界跟生命世界，对吧？这是一个连接这两个世界的一个通道。所以你学这门课的时候，一定要关注一下什么是生命世界，你才知道什么叫智能，对吧？那么这边有两个视频，它实际上就是展示生命世界里面的一些真理真相。那么因为这个视频还是比较敏感，我就不放了，对吧？有兴趣的人可以看我的，通过我的网页，你可以进到我的那个优管的频道，在里面你看这个就是视频版的这个讲稿里面有完整的视频，对吧？但是这里呢，我可以放一个这个催眠术，因为催眠术在大陆这个都不是很敏感的东西。那么这个催眠术实际上也给大家一个证据，对吧？那看怎么去解读。催眠师的解读不要去听，因为他不懂科学，也不懂工程，对吧？所以他的解释不一定是对的。但是你们观察这个现象，这些现象都是真实的，对吧？那么我放其中的一个视频，在一个视频里面，大家关注3件事情。第一，他就讲的一个故事，他就是说在北美啊，就是很多那个有些动物啊，他从来没有见过那个蛇，对吧？因为圈养的动物嘛，对吧？从那个动物生下来就在农场里面圈养，在农场里面，sorry，I must speak English, right? So for this video, must pay attention, right? So we have 3 story. The first story is about this snake story, because we in North America we have an animal, right? And animal are always elevated inside a farm, right? And inside the farm enclosed, right? Inside the farm, and all these animals never see the snake, right? If let's say we present something, it looks like a snake, then all these animals will demonstrate a behavior of fear, right? They're afraid of a snake, right? Then they will react to a snake-like animal. Then we may ask this question: how come all these animals have never seen any snake? Then they have a behavior of being afraid of seeing snake. Then you can start to think about this question, right? How come? Okay, the only explanation is what inside the mind, they keep the memory about the snake that they have learned in the past, right? Then what should be the past life of all these animals? You can start to think, right? Second story is he tried to switch the mind of one boy, one girl, okay, in the video into the mind of a Kung Fu master, right? Once they change the mind into the mind of a Kung Fu master, then you try to see the behavior of this boy and this girl, right? This is the second demonstration. The third demonstration is about the switch to the mind of a chicken. All right, the boy and the girl will change their mind or switch their mind into the mind of a chicken. Then you will see this the behavior of the boy and the girl behave like a chicken, right? So then based on this demonstration, you can start to think about the relationship between mind and the brain because mind can change. This is very much similar to the case of installing different type of operating system on the same computer, right? I guess all of you know within the same computer we can install different operating system. Yes or no, right? So let this video help you to see for human being we can change our mind, right? From the mind of a chicken to the mind of a kung fu master, or eventually to the mind in the past, right? Okay.
You know, it's hypnosis and state.
Okay. I just.
I'm always surprised the way that is. I believe most is what has because it's really they're not the different thing. America or in China, would they ever encounter no? So why would all seemingly all snakes they never the explanation is that Professor mammals are all the womb or a dream state. Programming to be program that was if you never encountered so now to dream and let's take a look. Here's a remember the to know it's advanced and I know like that I'll take this person you are a master known as powerful beyond form you'll come back one of my fingers please me right now this is a rare and beautiful text form. Now, repeat that this is the square. Thank you. Now take us to what is Truly amazing is that when shape, silly, then I actually do the research. People classes. Maybe go like, well, and say, right? Things are great. You program. You see,
This should be good enough. Then these are very, very interesting demonstration. Try to think from the viewpoint of science and engineering, and try to think from the viewpoint of a relationship between the brain and the mind. All right. Then how come same brain, same body can switch the mind from a kung fu master, chicken, and his own man, etc. Right? So really, the demonstration help you to think about the nature of a man and the relationship between brain and the mind. Right? Okay. That's about the background knowledge for you to really know in order to make a future machine or computer to achieve a human-like intelligence. All right, our research focus must be on the development of man, but not the brain. All right, okay, and in addition, we need to make machines mind to be educable. Now pay attention to this key word, educable, right? So I published this book in year 2003, and at the conclusion of this book, actually I have advocated the future research, okay, towards the direction of making robot to be educable. This was made almost 20 years ago, right? And you see today, most people have already forgotten about my recommendation, right? Extremely important. And year 2004, Bill Gates, right, at MIT, and his perception, his statement, right? He say any breakthrough in AI will produce value which is more than 10 times of Microsoft. Any breakthrough in AI, right, will generate a value which is more than the value of Microsoft. This is a very, very important area for any country to undertake research and try to achieve the breakthrough, and then they will generate the commercial value which could be more than 10 times the value of a Microsoft company, right? So this is very, very important, right? Now you may want to know, okay, based on all this background knowledge, okay, in the previous slide, we know more or less what is the nature of a human mind, and we know that we need to focus our research on the mind in order to achieve artificial intelligence or machine intelligence, right? Then what should be the new foundation, or what should be the true foundation? What should be the true foundation of AI? The answer is given by this slide, right? And how to remember this slide? Remember, you just need to remember this four number 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess all of you can remember 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1 means what? For the study of a man or for the study of AI, there's only 1 tool. This 1 tool is a human language, right? This is extremely important. Human language are the tool for us to grow our intelligence, or human language are the tool for the man to grow intelligence, right? It's important. This is the same situation. For example, if a person can never speak Chinese, how could this person obtain a university degree from a Chinese university? Assume I believe in China, all the university use Chinese language, yes or no, right? If they say one student know nothing about the Chinese language, how could this person obtain university degree from Chinese university? Impossible, right? It's very easy to understand now. 1, 2, these two must be language, right? This is also very, very important, right? Because today, not many people believe that we are living inside the same universe, which consists of 2 worlds. Just now I mentioned, our universe consists of 2 worlds. One is a physical world, another is a life world. Inside the life world, we have a conceptual world. Life means is a human being is alive, right? And inside our human being, right, we have a conceptual world. For example, if I speak Chinese, then I have a concept in Chinese language. If I speak English, in my mind, I have a concept in English. If I speak French, inside my mind, I have a concept in French language, right? So that means inside my mind, at least I have 3 conceptual words, right? 1 in English, 1 in Chinese, 1 in French. It's very easier to understand. And all the conceptual words inside my mind are part of my life, yes or no, right? So this is why we must pay attention to these 2 worlds, right? In general, means we have a physical world, we have a life or conceptual world, right? So this is a tool. Remember this tool. So if we do not please understand what is the nature of science, social science, why all the professors are organized into different schools in different science, right? So you see why we organize a professor in different school in different science. The answer is what? We ask them to discover or invent knowledge, right? The description of knowledge of physical world, right? If we knowledge with Chinese language, then conceptual in Chinese language, right? In English language, conceptual in English, etc. Right? Okay. So this is 2. 3 means what? 3 is there are 3 types of intelligence, right? And all of us we know we have a human intelligence. Also develop electronic version or software version of a human intelligence. That is intelligence, right? The intelligence is artificial intelligence, right? So 3 means there are 3 types of intelligence, right? Then our goal is to achieve machine intelligence or artificial intelligence, right? 4 means there are 4 pillars for us to transform computer-aided intelligence into machine intelligence, right? There are 4 pillars, okay? If we are able to build these 4 pillars, then we are able to develop artificial intelligence or machine intelligence, right? Then these 4 pillars include pillar number 1 about knowledge representation. And solution, the construction of this pillar is language. We know that okay, the best way to represent knowledge is to use a human language. Evidence is a library. You go to the library, we have all kinds of books, yes or no, right? The second pillar is to know what are the features behind the transformation from a sense signal to knowledge. This is a big pillar of AI because in the past 70 decades, it has managed to establish pillar, and is we, I guess our team, we are the first team in the whole world, right, to achieve this transformation from sensory signal to knowledge. It means there's no obstacle for us to strengthen this second pillar, right? This is our contribution. That is a tremendous contribution, okay, made in the history of science, right? So it's about transformation from knowledge to knowledge, one type of knowledge, another type of knowledge, right? Actually, AI 1.0 have found the area. Also, the research development in the social science has obtained activity which consists of using new knowledge, existing knowledge, okay, occur inside for this transformation. So this pillar is a very strong pillar, okay. In today's situation, will be of knowledge actually means how to transform knowledge into motor signal. This is a sensory signal. This is a motor signal, right? And robotics actually made a tremendous contribution to this pillar, right? Because in robotics, we want the robot to perform a task. Then there's a requirement for robot to transform a task description into control signal, which will make a robot to perform a controllable behavior, controllable motion. All right. So this is on the pillar, okay, constructed by robotics, right? Now you see today are there. That means what? We have a new foundation. We have the true foundation for us to achieve AI, right? Okay, that gives us the confidence, right? And immediately you can make a conclusion that the AI will never enter into the third winter, right? Due to the robotics, right? And due to the breakthrough made by us for the construction of this pillar, right? There is no more bottleneck in AI. So then there will be no more third winter in AI. Clear? So this slide gives you the confidence, give you the answer to many other questions, right? So that is a new foundation. Okay. And the detail about this new foundation has been written inside this book, which was published in year 2021. Right. So for those of you, if you are interested in, you can go to the internet. You buy electronic copy of this one. It's not so expensive. E-copy is not so expensive. All right. Okay. Then based on the new foundation and based on our contribution, then we can redraw, okay, the history of AI, and this history is rooted on the true foundation of AI. All right. Now you see the true foundation of AI, and actually write down the history of AI. Right? So AI 1.0 is here. Okay. 1.0 focus on machine thinking, right? 1.0 is here. 1.0 focus on machine learning, right? AI should be machines self-intelligence, right? And the focus must be on cognition. Cognition include self-intelligence plus learning, supervised learning, all right? So AI 3.0 ask people to pay attention to this one. One means what? 1, 2. Now remember, one is 1, 2. One is what? Language, extremely important. All right. Okay. So then this slide give you idea about the pattern of new history of AI, and based on this pattern, more or less, I believe, right? I guess all of you will believe that from now on, AI will make steady progress in future, and behind this development of AI, another driving force. Always remember, another important driving force, which is really this pillar, right? So always remember. Okay, then based on this new foundation and this new trend in AI, then we can clearly define what is AI, right? We can openly make this new definition to the public, right? So AI must focus on self-intelligence, right? And to pay attention to the physical principle on the transformation from a signal to actually is this pillar two. This is a very this is a weak pillar, right? Because is a pillar number 3, number 4 actually is not the issue, right? So, spend more effort to listen this pillar to transform essentially data into knowledge, right? So this is why you see this is this should be the of AI, right? Okay. And, additional knowledge just for you to know, right? It's about the way to evaluate the level of intelligence, right? And at the beginning, when I showing you the history of AI, I do not know whether you remember the second event is about the Turing test, right? Turing test is a very old method for us to evaluate about whether or not the machine or robot has reached human-like intelligence or not. And the Turing test basically consists of use of 3 rooms, right? One room has a judge, second room may have a robot or may have a human being. Third room, if the second room is a robot, then third room is a human being. If the second room is a human being, then the third room is a robot, right? Then the third room and the robot and the people in the second room and the third room undertake a conversational dialogue, right? Then the judge in the first room to make a judgment about whether the conversation looks like a conversation which has been undertaken between 2 human beings. If the answer is yes, then that means the robot inside second room or third room have reached the human level intelligence. That is the way to decide whether a robot inside the second room or inside the third room have reached the level of human-like intelligence. But clearly, this kind of test is not scientific, right? And today there are a lot of evidence in the internet or in the published work, right? People can easily cheat such a test, right? And there are many cheating cases who has a win, okay? The certain prize, right? There's a prize, international prize, okay? If you manage to make a software or robot or solve the robot, right? To convince the judge that this solved software or software robot has reached human-like intelligence, right? But actually, all this software has zero-level intelligence. Okay, so then we must think what should be the way to replace the Turing test, right? Then this is my suggestion now, right? So in order to know whether an animal, whether a machine, whether a robot have reached human-like intelligence or not, the easiest test is to ask a robot, ask a software, or ask a machine, or ask an animal to undertake a task, right? Then we measure the time taken by this robot, by this machine to complete the task. Then level of intelligence should be inversely proportional to the time taken by a robot, by a machine to undertake a task. For example, if let's say someone say a vehicle has intelligence, right? Then we just do a task or do a test. Let the robot or let the vehicle travel from Shanghai to Beijing, right? Then we measure the time taken by this vehicle. If the vehicle take 1,000 years to reach Beijing from Shanghai, then you know his level of intelligence is almost zero, right? If it take 4 hours or 10 hours to reach Beijing from Shanghai, then you can say this vehicle more or less reach human like intelligence, right? Okay, or you can ask a robot to take exam in university. If it take let's say 10 hours or 100 hours, 1,000 hours to complete a test, then we can know what is the level of intelligence from the robot or from software, etc. Okay, so I believe this equation is more scientific than Turing test. Okay, then okay, with the new foundation, with the development of AI into the right direction, then you will see there will be many application emerge in the future, and eventually we should be able to see right machine to reach or to be to reach the level which will be closer to human-like intelligence, right? And in the second lecture, we will go through all these application, right? And why do I choose this application? Reason is very simple, right? You look at the first two applications. First two applications are related to perception capability, right? If you look at ourselves, you can see that we human beings are living inside an ocean of a signal channel， 就是我们生活在信号的海洋。说的感性一点 ，Yes or no？We are living, we are like a fish channel, live inside the ocean of signal. Then among all the signal inside the ocean, the signal with the number one importance should be visual signal. Yes or no? You just ask yourself, right? If let's say, for whatever reason, you only have a right to be response to one type of signal, then we ask you to choose what should be the type of signal for you to use. I guess all of you will choose visual signal, right? Reason is what? Without the capability of perceiving visual signal, you will have a tremendous difficulty in your life, China. Even you do not know how to go back home, China, from your university, right? Okay, so nobody will choose audio signal. If let's say we cannot respond or perceive audio signal, is okay. As long as we can see, then we can still move around, right? Okay, so immediately you understand, signal with the number one importance to human beings should be visual signal, and the signal with the number two importance should be audio signal, right? So for robot, for machine should be the same, right? So they must be able to respond or perceive intelligently visual signal, audio signal. So this is why we must look at the typical application which make use of visual signal and audio signal, etc. Right? Then for planning control, these two intelligence are related to decision making. Right? You make a decision based on your goal, right, to be achieved, right? Let's say how to study well in the university. This is also a very important decision channel, right? Then how to go from, for example, go from Shanghai to Beijing is another important decision. And then you may plan, okay, are you going to travel by airplane, by car, by high-speed train, etc. Right? Then in industry, for robot to undertake a certain activity, then how to control the position, how to control velocity, control the force torque, etc. Right? These also are very, very important. Okay. Then the last two behavior of intelligence are also very, very important. Actually, they represent the highest level of intelligence, right? For example, if you look at the design, right? So design should be the highest level of mental capability, right? So look at the human being, we are able to design many, many things, right? When you write your report, write your article, write your thesis, or compose music, or compose a script of a dance or cinema, etc. All these are related to the design. So we will look at the way how to enable future robot, future machine, future computer to achieve right design related task, etc. Right? Okay. So this will be the popular or typical application for us to learn in lecture 2, right? Okay, now we move on to the last part of today's lecture. We just go through a little bit of discussion, and this will help you to focus your attention to the study of this course, right? So today we just help you to understand what is AI, what is not AI, what should be the foundation of AI, what should not be the foundation of AI, all right? Okay, and then pay attention to AI related education, then how to develop AI robot, how to develop AI integrated robot are two popular intelligent machine. Okay. Today's discussion is just quite general. Actually, challenge your intelligence, right? How to make our undertake intelligent activity. They come out the intelligent robot or intelligent vehicle, intelligent system. So we must always think of the answer to this very, very big question. What is our mission on Earth? Right? So, former leader in China has first we need to understand the world, right? Then we need to improve the world. This will be the mission of us to accomplish us, right? So this should be the universal answer to this question, right? Obviously, you have your own version of answer, right? But these two answers should be common to all of us, right? Right? Okay. Then you may want to know how to fulfill our mission on Earth, right? To discover, to understand the world and to improve the world. Answer is what? Research must come first, right? Because the research will lead to the discovery of the theory, right? Then with the use of this theory, we can invent technology, right? Then with the use of a technology, we can design better product, right? Then once we are able to design better product, then we should be able to produce better product in big quantity. Then we can distribute the product in big quantity to every one of us. Then with the use of the product, we can make our life easier, right? Okay, we improve our living condition, etc. Right? So this should be the natural thinking now, right? But here there is a big issue, I guess, within Chinese community, right, or among population, okay, of Chinese origin, all right. What is research? Okay, because recently a lot of publication actually they do not fall into the category of research, and the people confuse between research work and the engineering work, right? So here I just help all of you to really understand what is research, right? So the answer is again very simple: 1, 2, 3. You remember what is a new foundation of AI? You just need to remember 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then what is research? You just need to remember 1, 2, 3, right? One means research has only one objective, which is to create value with a better way of solving problem. This one could be understood by this one objective or by this one keyword. This keyword is better. Remember, better. This is extremely important, right? So, and if you just come out the workable solution, then your work is engineering work. Now you see the difference. Research work focus on achieving better outcome. Engineering work focus on achieving workable outcome. Now you see the difference. Better, workable, right? So better means what must be workable, and the better than existing workable solution is even more challenging. So research work are different from engineering work, right? Two means there are two driving forces behind research. Why do we need to find out the better way to do to do the design of a product, etc. Actually, to have a better way to answer question in science and engineering, right? So there are two driving forces. One is we have a scientific problem which are still looking for answer, right? Because there's no answer to this scientific problem. So we need to do research. Or there are social need which look for better product or better service, right? So these are the driving force behind research. Okay, then 3 means what? To do research, we are able to produce 3 outcomes. One is a new creation of a new theory, or creation of a new technology, creation of a new product, right? So remember this 1, 2, 3, then okay, you will not be confused, okay, by engineering work and the research work, right? Okay. Then how to understand the universe? Okay, but good news to you is there is advice or recommendation from Nikola Tesla, right? So in order for us to understand the secret of the universe, actually you just need to focus on 3 keywords. You see, the whole our life is not so complicated, right? Pay attention to energy, pay attention to frequency, pay attention to vibration, right? Then come to this course, how to understand the meaning or how to study well AI related course. Now you look at my recommendation. Think 3 keywords. One is space, second is vector, and another one is time. Space means what? Knowledge space. Vector means what? Feature vector. Time means what? Incremental learning. That means we learn over the time. This is why all of us spend many time to do the study, right? Okay. Then how to improve the world? If we want to improve the world, then we need to think in terms of system, molecule, and atom. These 3 levels, right? That will help us to improve the world, etc. Right? Okay. So mostly how to improve the world. And we must invent the system in the form of that, right? Machine. Right? So this is very important. Okay. Then okay, there's few questions for you to think. Why are we inventing machine? All right. So these are the answer for you to remember. Right. So we always want to extend our feasibility, right? Typical is what airplane, right? And extend our mental capability, right? And to be scholar. And this is why all of you are so fascinated by ChatGPT, etc. Now you understand the reason, right? Fascinated by the expert system, etc. Right? Reason is what? We want to extend our mental capability, right? So this gives you the idea about the motivation behind the invention of the machine, etc. Right? It's quite important. And this question is just for you to pay attention. Actually, for machine to outperform a human being is not a big deal. Try not to be misled by a lot of speculation in the media when they talk about the outperform the story which outperform a human being, right? They say software can play chess, international chess better than human being, or software play international Go game better than human being. This is not a big deal because in robotics you see it's not a big deal. Very very easily. It's not move okay. And even for software to outperform a human brain, then you see dynamic reason. If we ask a human being to draw the response of these two dynamic systems, it may take an hour for us to do it, right? Then for the software, just a fraction of a second, done already. So it's not a big deal for software to outperform a human brain, okay? And how's about the situation for machine to outperform a human mind? I believe this is also not a big deal, even in future, right? For example, we can send, let's say, 5 robots to study foreign language, right, in 1 year. Then after 1 year, all the 5 robots will master 5 language because their memory can easily, in a fraction of a second, they can share the memory, right? But for human being, if let's say one person can speak English, another person can speak French, could we ask these two persons to share the memory so that the both of them could speak both English and French? The answer is what? No, yes or no, right? But if we have a 2 robots, one robot speak French, another robot speak French, English, we can ask these 2 robots to share the memory in a fraction of a second. Then both robots will speak both English and French, yes or no, right? So to outperform human mind is not a big deal, right? Okay. Last question is just for you to think, right? This is very, very important, right? For us to rethink about the education. In the second lecture, we'll talk about how to redesign the way for us to teach human being to master human language, right? Because today's way of teaching human language is not scientific at all, right? So this is one issue faced by education. Okay, we will discuss this scenario in the second lecture. But this video is showing you another issue faced by education, right? Because some of us are smarter or faster, some of us are slower, may take a longer time to digest the content, right? However, you look at the duration of primary school, 5 years, secondary school, 2 to 3 years, high school, 2 to 3 years, university, 4 years, right? This is like a production line, how could we leverage on the use of AI to achieve personalized education? Because some of us may spend longer time to do the study. Some of us may spend a shorter time instead of 4 years to get the university degree. Maybe some of us can just spend 2 years or 1 year to get university degree. Or some of us may need 6 years or 10 years to get the university degree. All right. Then how to achieve personalized education. All right. This video help you to singular. Right. Okay.
As the world majority of Americans are not we could do that. We are to the first century of the 19th century. It's impossible in your view. Leave that driven. Yes, there's nothing that is more than I and this education model individualized 5 minutes switch they open they take teach how you actually going to be if education does not what that looks like for tools now
to be good enough for you to know, right, how to leverage on the AI to improve our own educational system, right? And one goal is, just now I mentioned, to improve the way for us to teach language. Secondly is to develop the school which enable personalized education, right? Okay, maybe we can have 5 or 10 minutes for Q&A session if you have any question would like to ask. We can undertake the discussion, right? Okay. Or anyone would like to ask question? Okay. You can type your question or turn on your microphone, then try to see to have a little bit of interaction, right? But remember, class interaction will help you to earn the mark or grade. Okay.